Hello, good morning, and welcome to our version 15 launch webinar with me, Alex. You might know me, and yeah, Christian. Hello.
Hello, Alex. Hello, everyone out there.
And yeah, so as you might know, as you hopefully know, we just released the version 15. The final release was on Tuesday, and yeah, we would just like to provide you with some insights, show you some highlights, and hopefully either you have already done it or immediately after you will start downloading it, play around, testing, and so on and so forth. Selling. Sorry, I forgot actually the most important part. But how do we start? What do we see here? Huh? Something here, something a bit blurry. Well, after almost 30 years, it's almost 30 years now that innovaphone has. We decided to actually, yeah, modernize a little bit our logo and make it a little bit sharper. And yeah, I think it's very modern. It's a great design. So which you can also download from our website in the media gallery and update this also on your websites. The new logo. I mean, I actually will miss, you know, the constant emails from like the printers. So you might want to check your graphic again or something, your printer. But no. It was fun and we enjoyed it. We loved our logo, but yeah, now it's time to start with something new. Yeah.
But maybe to add something here, it's not only getting sharper, it's already a little bit rounder as well.
Oh, yeah.
And that is indeed the topic of today, sharper and rounder.
Exactly. Yeah, getting older, right? Yeah. Okay, then the next topic, some of you might have seen this already on our Connect Fair, and yeah, it's always a little bit funny because everyone is always talking about, yeah, everyone only needs a soft phone. What do you do? And then immediately followed by the question, okay, what do you plan? When do you release like a new hardware? Well, all right, we did it. We have some news here too, and it is actually a beauty. And the special thing is with this phone, it is actually a myApps phone. Yeah? So it is running the myApps, the complete myApps client that you can control via this 7-inch touch screen. But you also have the ease of still having yeah, a handset and a keyboard with it. And I mean, we talked about it. I mean, what, for example, our colleague Lars, he has dived right into it, and he's our weekly conferences. He's always following on his phone while running updates on his computer. But for example, yeah, working or switchboard, the switchboard busy lamp field, yeah. So exciting partner apps, you know. So everything is running on this phone. And as you can see, we also combined the beautiful design of the 2X2 those models, but with a sturdy handset of the IP111, even in a cordless version. And we also have a lot of interfaces that you can connect a lot of devices to, but also connect to a lot of devices. So it's really an exciting new feature.
And maybe to add something here, because that was indeed a question from the German webinar that just came up. Is it really possible to run every myApps app on it? What is the answer actually here?
Yes, of course. Yeah, every myApps. So you have the entire myApps environment, workplace environment on your phone. But this is not all. I kind of like that slogan. But this is not all. We also have, I called it the beauty and the rough, right? So this is our new intercom. is a little bit of a beast for the rough environments for the industrial uses. So it is our new intercom, the IP17X models that we're having, originally designed or with the primary purpose of the maritime sector, as you can also see with our certification here. But that doesn't mean that it can't be used in other sectors as well, like prisons, manufacturing side, or
mines,
industries, exactly, or my colleagues at schools. But well, depending on your experiences. But yes, so I think this is also a great addition in those vertical markets to include actually our communication and our hardware there. And as you can see, it also includes a lot of interfaces. So you can add a headset, but also via USB, we can even power like a lamp, a signaling light, or a camera, or also a horn speaker, which, well, honestly, I mean, this is 90 decibels loud, so I'm I'm not sure how often you might actually need this, but you can. If you're interested actually to learn more about those devices in the maritime sector in particular, in 2 weeks' time, on the 10th of April, me and my colleague Richard, we will have a webinar dedicated to this specific market. Yeah, I would be happy if you sign up also on our website. All right, but then let's continue. Fault tolerance. Yeah, so we're now also supporting the VMware feature of fault tolerance, which guarantees you like a continuous communication, even if one IPv4 breaks down, shuts down, you have no break in between, even for video conferences. Yeah, so this is a feature of VMware that we are now supporting. There's also a great video if you want to see it live, so to say, on YouTube with the colleagues from our cloud department. Yeah, it's really impressive. So for all of your customers out there, especially in the field of critical communication, yeah, so now innovaphone can be part of this infrastructure. Then, yeah, over-the-air update of our DECT handsets. Yeah, people will love us for that. I think it was always quite a lot of work for the updates to always bring every handset to the IT department, and they had to put it in the programming charger. Well, not anymore. Now you can simply do include the DECT handsets and the DECT infrastructure in the update job via the Devices app. Relating to that, also our DECT infrastructure supports now the ASCOM Unite. This is including features like messaging or localization of devices and a lot of other features. And yeah, if you plan on actually enhancing the DECT infrastructure, the innovaphone DECT infrastructure with those Unite features, get in contact with ASCOM. With your local ASCOM dealer. If you don't have contact yet to them, get in contact with us, and yeah, we're happy to open up the contacts for you. Smartphone, yeah, becomes more and more important, more and more part of our work, daily work, basically, as well. And with the help of the iOS, we're always working on improving the solution, but iOS also helped us there because now they allowed for us to configure, for the user to configure a default apps for calls. And and now you can also choose myApps as your default app. Of course, why would you do that? Of course, we're always talking about like the one number concept. So you really don't need to give out your cell phone number anymore. And you can easily like, you know, we are a lot of times we're on the road, Christian and I, and then, yeah, we can simply start a call with myApps with our business number by using voice command, for example, in the car, either by saying talking to Siri or your car dealer or your car brand, so to say. Also, which is very nice, on another thing, here there is going to be a new innovaphone myApps app in the App Store, but as you can see, there is no version number anymore labeled on it. So from the version 15 on, basically the app will automatically update with every update with every version. So you only need one app anymore. Well, okay. This is it for the PowerPoints. We don't we usually try to avoid it as much as possible because we want to show it all the new things live. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And here, yeah.
Thank you, Alex.
Let's start.
Yeah. So okay. So exactly. So we've already jumped into the myApps client. And what we can already see here as well is, what was the slogan of today again?
Sharper and rounder.
Yes. So what you already see here in the softphone app, for example, is already the round corners. Something that is actually impossible, but there are the round corners. And you indeed see here that the symbols all have become way rounder. So it is what you've already said, next to our logo, especially the look and feel of the myApps client for the user, it's getting rounder, which really makes it appear way more modern. And I really have to say, though it was just a small little adjustment, it really makes it look so much nicer, not only on a PC, but on a smartphone as well. It was beautiful before as well, but it's the good stuff just became better.
Absolutely, and the difference becomes very apparent if we now look back, if we visit a partner or a customer and they're using version 14, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, because that is always an innovaphone disease, I would call it, because we're already working probably a year, half a year earlier than the part of the customers with our own latest software versions, because we are the guinea pigs for you, that you're getting the best developed solution that we can provide to you. Exactly. And yes, so what we see here is everything's getting rounder. And now let's please go back to the softphone app. And there have been several adjustments as well. So one improvement or adjustment is, for example, the possibility, if you click on a contact and to edit him, you have the possibility to create a pickup notification. So what does that actually mean? What do you think? What does the pickup
notification mean, Alex?
Actually self-explanatory, huh?
Actually, yes.
Yeah. So indeed, when it comes to that, and if you make the check mark here, you will get a signal tone via the softphone that someone else that you have to make the check mark is getting a call. So you are able to pick it up. Where does it make sense? So everywhere where you're really just having a soft phone, or of course when you're working in home office, where you maybe don't hear the ringing of the other side, so that you can really have a not only a visual but indeed an audio notification to be able to pick up the call for your colleague. So that is actually one feature request that we've heard very often. And another one is the possibility to create a virtual background. And from my perspective, it is I always liked it when we didn't have the possibility to create another virtual background, because it made everyone so human. I always say you always could see maybe the untidied room behind you. It's of course it it was just normal during Corona times. Everybody had to get into the home offices, but indeed it was a huge feature request from our partners and end customers to make it possible. And there indeed we have created something that is a little bit out of the slogan today.
Yes.
Because the slogan today is rounder and sharper, but with the virtual background, you even have the possibility, as we see here, to make the black background a little bit blurry. So really to make it unsharp, so that only you, as you are very sharp, and your background is getting blurred out. Or you can just create it with an own picture and so on. And what makes it interesting here as well, that just doesn't count only for the conferences, but of course for the peer-to-peer calls as well. And what you adjust here is for you as the myApps client softphone or phone app user is the same for the conferencing and or for the one-on-one call. So adjustments on the softphone app as well, a really cool one from my perspective, and very often requested ones.
Absolutely, yeah. Also from me, I was one of the ones who would have wished for a virtual library in my background,
yes.
honestly,
yes.
and not my untidied room.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's also pretty cool from the CI perspective.
Yes,
yeah. Sometimes
exactly.
you want to have the company wants to have one concurrent CI when you have conferences with external participants. So yeah, and it's very, very easy to administer. Yeah.
Exactly. And as you said, when it comes to the telephony part, we have developed hardware, but the soft phone became better as well, and the software behind it. And what is important as well, to come to the next topic, what is actually one of the hot topics at the moment that we hear from all over the world, for example, from the contact center world or from the ISE where we've been in Barcelona? There's actually one topic which is really hot, and it's the topic of artificial intelligence. And with the artificial intelligence, we already had the possibility to integrate an artificial intelligence machine already connected to our PBX with the LLM connector. And that was already possible, as said, in 14R2. And because that is such a hot topic, we have, in addition, now created an assistant. Oh. That is indeed something. Our assistant just doesn't want to work for the moment. I think we just let him sleep. And yes. What is just important with the assistant AI, you now have the possibility not only to integrate an LLM, as we've seen for the Connect, for example, to summarize the messages, but that is really the possibility to ask questions via the assistant. And that is not only the possibility to ask questions toward the outside world if you want to know something. Could be even integrated with the complete platform. So there you would even have the possibility to get information from the platform as such, like from Connect, like from the PBX, like from the contacts. And I think that is indeed a very cool solution.
Exactly. And
for the user.
Yeah. Exactly, and as always, so you are free in the choice of what you integrate and in the model. So you can use online models like ChatGPT or on-premise models, and this also then gives you, as the IT manager, at least a little bit more security on what your employees are also using which model, and not to always share everything with the outside world if that is a request. Yeah. Exactly. So you can integrate AI into your workspace with full control over what you do.
And what is important here, the interface to connect it to an artificial intelligence LLM machine, or you want to call it, is still free of charge, but the assistant AI will be licensed. per user.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, another thing when we talk about internal resources and we want to check something, for example, a big part of it is projects. A lot of projects nowadays. After 30 years, 150 employees now. Oh yeah, we have so many processes, even more projects, and this was part why we also created this app, and it basically is not only to coordinate actually what your workday, my personal workday, and my tasks that are ahead of me. No, in a lot of cases, of course, you need to interact with other departments. Yeah. And one good example is, for example, the onboarding process of new employees. Yeah, who is involved? It's obviously HR, sometimes legal, IT. You need like someone from IT there. And IT needs to be prepared on time, and not only the day off to prepare a new computer, and so on and so forth. And then obviously you also want to be informed about the current status. Yeah. So if someone is out sick or on vacation, you also want to be able to check what is the current status of the project, what needs to be done, and so on and so forth. And there we created our projects app to make this process a lot easier, a lot more organized, and a lot more transparent. And this is you can already see it here when you open it in our new dashboard. So you can get some updates from the users, from the monitored ones, from certain areas that you're interested in or that you work with. The projects, what is the current one? Sprints, which is a terminology that comes from the Scrum logic. So there are kind of like sub-projects. We will see that later. And of course, here, very big, very important, your current task that you need to actually solve. So from the very broad area, it goes more and more in detail.
Lucky, yeah? It's not red yet. You have everything under control. Okay?
So far, yes. That can escalate very quickly. I've experienced. No, but let's say here you can also see, it's still like happy and green. So we will take a quick look then what it means in detail. So here you can also see what you've seen here with the areas, projects, and so on. You can find that also up here, and here you can see some examples for the areas. And yes, there is also a private area. It is also possible to have secured or protected areas, be it your personal one, or also, like, for example, for certain departments, HR here being also a good example that you don't want to share everything or open up everything. So let's take a look. We already mentioned the onboarding project. So to HR, and here you can see what is HR usually doing. So for example, here we have the project or the process of getting a new company car for someone, or like the onboarding process. And if we click here, there we have now a very concrete onboarding project to do with our new colleague, Mark Paulsen, who is starting in marketing. So let's take a look. What do we need to do for this? Okay, so one very important thing is an identity check, which I didn't know. It's an actual task from our HR department onboarding process. It's just really you. Important, but I wouldn't have thought of it. And that is exactly the point why you need a projects tool, right? And then here, so you can see also this the logic here of like planned processes that haven't been finished, current ones, and closed ones. So that you, especially for those recurrent tasks or projects, you have like a quick overview of what the current status is. And for example, if Mark then comes to the HR department already with his computer, with his laptop in his arms, so we can quickly close it here, yeah, and then you can see it. Or of course, let's take a look in the details. Here you can also work on the project and change the status up here. Here you have a quick task description and who's currently taking care of it. But of course, we can also give that to somebody else in a different department. I know, for example, we are also now in, like, we have product meetings, and there is like some tasks, for example, adjusting the wiki article or something. Those are tasks that are always changed or given from TechServe and development, for example. So here you can change that. And here in this third column, you actually have the documentation on everything that has happened on this task. So a quick description, yeah, here with Mark Paulsen, and that I changed it now, I took it over, and that I changed it to current, so that I'm currently working on it. And of course, I can also write a quick comment and, for example, ask, like, comment on it, what was the result of the identity check, or I can even consult other colleagues. And, well, where is all the information stored? In the myApps environment, of course. Where do you find all the relevant information of what is going on?
Definitely not in an email. Yeah.
Exactly. In your email inbox. Yeah. Of course, that is also possible, but I'm talking, of course, about our Connect app. And as you can see already here, yeah, you can see exactly what has happened, what has been posted here from the from this task, the current status. And of course, if you follow that project, or if someone assigns it to you, it will appear here in this feed. So now that we're here in Connect, let's take a quick look at some other improvements, because we have also worked on this, and you might have seen here already a little change. You can already see now the present status of the user is displayed, and you can click on it, see all the details, start a call, and this is, I just really like it because it's something, well, maybe simple, maybe small, but it just shows like how more and more intertwined our myApps environment is, and that you can easily work together, that between and work in those different apps and work together, and of course also start a chat. Well, if you already looked at it here as well, you can also now see from version 15 on, we integrated the chat functionality also in Connect, so that all those written interactions are also done basically in one app. What is also a new feature and interesting is that we now have my colleague said it's a moderator functionality, and it is actually quite cool, because here with this moderator functionality you can actually create welcome posts. And as we explained to you in the past webinars, Connect is also like a highly individual tool for your processes, for how you work together. And so, yeah, you can also individualize a welcome post, explain how it works, which hashtags to use, and so on. And that makes the onboarding, now that we are on the topic, also a lot easier. Yeah. basically also the same principle as projects, I have to say, because of course, you know, it's like standard procedures, but at the same time, it's like those procedures, you can create those steps that are important for you. Yeah. Okay. Then what else? So now we're back here at the oh, you need, sorry. Yeah,
yeah,
sorry.
So thank you, Alex. Indeed, it wasn't. We've now talked a lot about the, let's call it the user applications, the soft phone, the projects, the Connect app. But of course, when it comes to the possibilities to maintain or to configure the platform, we have done a lot of improvements as well, or adjustments. And the curious listener has maybe already seen there is already a little bit of a wording change here. So there's now a new wording from the PBX manager. We've created it to settings. Why have we actually done that? It's actually pretty easy, because the PBX manager was so focused on, from the wording, on the PBX as such. But especially when we've now heard there's projects, there's the Connect app that has nothing to do with the PBX at all. And that's why we have just renamed it to settings. So just don't be just don't wonder why it will be changed to the word of settings. And if we now go into the settings, there is already one very important thing, which is called the shared services. So what does it actually mean, the shared services? With the shared services, you have the possibility as a platform, as the responsible platform manager or administrator, to integrate applications that are not coming from your platform. So, to give you an example, I just click here on the Add Service, and if you now click on the check mark, you already see, for example, 2 options what can be done here. So there's, for example, the Community Connect. So what is that? The Community Connect is a Connect app coming from the community platform that everybody actually should already know. And that one can be integrated into your local platform without the necessity to maintain it. So it's really just the access to it, so to say. Or like the quotations calculator, which what is that, Alex? But before we come to that, I just want to summarize it again. So with the shared services, it's possible to integrate applications into the own platform that are coming just from other platforms. Where does it make sense as well, especially for you as partners or for the end customers as well? It's, for example, to use applications, for example, that are coming from another platform. Like when we come to the example, a partner has now then the access, for example, to a Connect or projects platform in combination with the customers of theirs.
Yeah, exactly. And with the Community Connect, it already makes it a lot easier to get in contact with you. Hopefully all of you are on the community, and for your technicians, if you have questions, if you have comments, to quickly have without changing platforms. And also it is how you can like federate with your customers, partners, whoever, a lot easier. So I'm collaborate. So I'm very, very excited for it, especially when projects is also part of it. So
but now I'm indeed curious. What is the quotations calculator?
The quotations calculator.
And you're getting the mouse back, huh?
So we had to say already goodbye to our blurry logo, but now we also have to say goodbye to our beloved Excel calculator. Times change, but as I hope yeah, I can show you that this is actually a huge advantage, especially now with apps being added constantly, also from our partners into our world, so we can faster update actually our portfolio and quickly show you also the prices, because I mean it was our colleague Philip was very stressed out sometimes about this, and and again as a shared service, I will show it to you now. I would always recommend you to install it, of course, in your myApps in your myApps client, of course, because it's a lot easier. And it's very easy to use. If you don't have the opportunity to do this, you can also go to your myInnovaphone portal, and there you will find a new tab called Quotations. And there you can already see all of our products here. And this is also very nice now. You don't have to actually scroll or find the right tab. No, you can just basically search for the right product. And I actually didn't talk about the licensing of the projects app beforehand. This was more or less half on purpose, half I forgot. No, it was on purpose, obviously. And then so I can just simply go here, look for the projects app, and add it to the calculation. What is really great here as well is that it shows you the different commercial models, be it on premise together with the SSA, purchasing like CapEx, actually buying with the software service, how much it would be to rent it, or to rent it out of our cloud. Here you can also send like the project duration, so you have an exact price for the customer ready. Now, here you can also down here see it very clearly and compare the different commercial models. Then you can create an official project with the customer name and so on, which you know from also a different portal, right? Choose your innovaphone customer, write some comments on it, and then send it to us. And what will happen then?
Good question.
Yeah.
So in that case, Alex, that's you.
Yes.
That project would pop up at yours in your myApps client. So correct. You would immediately see that there's a new project coming in from your region. So you are able to work on it together with the partner. And in addition, when you work on it, what makes it so cool as well is it pops up in our Connect app as well.
Yes.
So there you already have that, what we always call information silos, getting one fluid solution and to optimize the processes for all of us.
Yeah, exactly. And provides a good overview over all current projects that we're working on. And for you as the user, of course, when you click on here, you will also see all the projects that you have already registered, as we used to say, or sent to us, that you will say now. You also have the chance as a service to make it a lot easier to include it actually into your personalized offerings in your systems, and do an export of this file either as a CSV or as a JSON file. So, yeah. So this is talking about making the lives of especially the salespeople and pre-sales people a lot easier. But now, Christian, if I
recognized yesterday a huge advantage of the quotations app as we're using it today. In a project, you're often getting at first, let's say, a rough estimation of the amount of units that are used or licenses. And every time when it needed to be adjusted, it needed to be done in the Excel calculator, it was sent to us again, and so on. So sometimes we really had 5, 6, 7 different versions of it.
Yeah.
And what is so cool with the quotations app, it's like a finger snap to adjust these things. So it's indeed, I can just speak for myself, a huge improvement for my daily work.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, good.
Great. So talking about improvements for the sales colleagues.
Yeah.
Now let's get a little bit more on for the techies. Of course, we also have some nice new.
Yeah, for the techies at once, but the Switchboard app has several improvements as well, very cool ones. Very, again, a lot of feature requests were sent to us here. And so we have improved, we have made the Switchboard even better. And what you maybe already see here on the left side in the busy lamp field is that it became a little bit more colorful. So what you see here immediately is if someone that you have as a favorite in your busy lamp field, if he already has a call forward and what kind of a call forwarding he's using, so that you make it necessary or unnecessary to call that person. And of course, when it comes, for example, to Susan, she only has the call forwarding when she's busy, but she's totally green and shiny. Yeah. But of course, when it comes to Catherine, I will probably not be able to reach her. But actually, there's a new feature as well. So when I now go to Catherine, with that little button here, I am able to make a breakthrough because she has now the call forwarding to always or for always, but I really know where she is, and I know that if there's an important call coming in, I should be able to make a breakthrough through that call forwarding, so I am able to make a call to her.
Yes, a feature that is very much liked by Konstantin, our chef.
Yes, exactly. So that indeed is from a user perspective very nice and very nice configured. So thanks to our development, what they've done here, and so that is some very cool improvements. Some other ones are to make it easy or to make it even more better to use the hotkeys, and it's possible now with the Switchboard app to have an overview of queues via several PBXs. So in a multi-location scenario, you can now use the queues from the slaves, so to speak, from the nodes to have surveillance of them.
That's great.
Indeed. So the Switchboard app and the improvements. And now exactly what you've said. That is from the user, but we haven't forgotten the technical applications that we're having. So to make it easier for the technical people out there, and one improvement or several improvements can be found in the Tech Assist app. So the Tech Assist app was an application that we've already released in version 14, and what was now improved is that we created the possibility to make several more tests to make it more automated. But one very, very important improvement was the possibility to integrate an external monitoring system. That was a feature request that we've heard so often. It needs to be possible to integrate a Tech Assist with a monitoring tool. And we have developed the interface to that to really make it easy to integrate a monitoring tool and to feed it. I also to feed it with a lot of information and to make that the monitoring tool can make it visual towards the administrator. Exactly. And then in addition, there is a possibility to have a batch count on it so that you see that something has happened here. So yes, the Tech Assist app became cooler and cooler. And for everyone where the Tech Assist app isn't enough as a support tool, especially when we now are getting back to the human-to-human communication, let's say to that, there were further improvements when it comes to the remote control app. The remote control app, an app that we've developed in 14R2 or released in 14R2, has a very cool improvement, and that is the possibility to share a session. So what does it mean? So far, it was possible to make a remote control session via a myApps client for Windows to a myApps client for Windows. So if you were sitting on your Windows PC, I was sitting on my Windows PC, I could easily start a session together with you.
Yep.
But the request, of course, was, how does it work with all of the other people that are not using a myApps client on Windows? So in our world, everybody is using a myApps client, but what is the world with the people not using a myApps client on Windows? So a link can be sent to these people. There's a small MSI file downloaded and installed, and then you can even make a remote control session towards an innovaphone myApps client user with a non-innovaphone myApps client for Windows user. And that indeed is a gap that we are closing here, which makes it very cool for you guys to use the remote control app as a complete and secure remote tool.
That's really cool.
Yes. And when it comes to the licensing, it's actually quite easy. There's a freemium version. So if you really want to create one session between me and you on a myApps client, Windows myApps client, it's still free of charge. If you want to have 2 sessions or to use the share session, then it's a license.
Yeah. But again, yeah, within your company, with your colleagues from the IT department to the sometimes stupid end user, it is still for free.
Yeah.
And if you want to enhance it or if you need more capabilities, so yeah, it's really cool.
Indeed.
And an easy way to ease into, just try it out. Yeah.
Exactly. And I don't know how it is for you, but I woke up at 4 a.m. that morning. And what do you do when you wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning? You, of course, start your PC at 4:10 to be able to work. And, of course, what I've done there as well is I've started the working app.
Yes.
So there were some improvements when it comes to the working app as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I actually need to add one more thing. Because we talked about an easy to use and a free version and then a licensed version. If you talk about projects, especially if you want to try it out, I actually forgot to mention that. If you want to try it out for yourself and coordinate yourself, then you can actually use it for free, just one person. Obviously, if you then want to include others, if you need to collaborate, which is the big advantage of the projects app, or one of them, then you need the project's license. But yeah, so also very, very easy to start, very easy to use.
Yes.
But yes, of course, I also started immediately our working app and so here, and this is also what I see every morning as the user. And here we also made some improvements because it's now a lot easier for me to actually check my working time, and it doesn't look too good. So, so that you have like an easy overview over your working time over the past few months. Also, in talking about the handling, what we can also now do is, to actually calculate the vacation days, or for example, you can now just choose, select more days, like a time frame, so that it's like a lot easier and you save time doing this. On the other hand, obviously, we also have some improvements for the HR department, also regarding the working time. For example, sometimes it is just necessary to change the clock to 0. Very much in my case. For example, if you pay out over time if that is what you do, for example, or expired. So yeah, you can also easily do this now and set the clock back or adjust the clock. Yeah. You can also now archive users if they're no longer with you in the company. It is very important that you don't delete them due to some regulations, some laws. And also now you can, before the working time is actually, your working hours are sent to here to the HR tool, they can also be approved by a manager now. So you can actually configure a manager approval functionality. Yeah, this is especially for people, employees who get paid by the hour or something, or on a project base. I think this is very, very important and useful. So as we can see, yes, so this is also becoming more and more powerful on the working, and we're always working on several improvements. But generally, I must say, so what was also really nice, and now with the version 15, we had a very, very good mixture, I feel, between like improvements of communication features and still working on that, but also really venturing more into that business applications world and myApps as a workplace environment. So as you can see, so this is really what we're doing. We're committed to obviously always improve the communication where we're coming from, but also enhance the workplace and work experience as a whole.
Yes.
Yeah. If you want to know more about especially bigger tools like projects, or even the quotations calculator, if you want to, if you need some more information there, want to know how to work with it for the quotations calculators, I would say, just calculate a project with us together, and we can show you all the possibilities. But also for projects, if you know also an end customer, or within your company, if you want to know more how to work with it, we're always happy to do a workshop with you. Get in contact with us, and then we do it for you. We define like, what departments, what areas do you need? Where does it make sense then to create the templates, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So we are really happy to do that, because it is actually even a more powerful tool than what we just showed you. Simple enough for everyone to use, but you can obviously do a lot more, and that we can show you in personal workshops, or maybe even a separate webinar at one point.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, then. How is it? Talking about time and work time, it's almost there. It's almost over.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And have fun playing around with version 15. And then until next time, version 16 is coming.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye.